When it comes to great beach destinations, America's beaches rival any in the world. Whether East Coast, West Coast, or Gulf Coast, the amazing thing is that every one of them offers something different. What they have in common is that even one day at the beach feels like 3 days at any other spot. And when you can stay together in an oceanfront home or condo, that chill-out factor goes up even more. These are stories of 4 entirely different groups of people on vacation together at places and beaches you may not know as well as you think. These are beaches with a bonus, and that's why they've been chosen as the best beach destinations of getting away together.
Getting away together is made possible by
TripAdvisor.com. 50 million reviews and opinions from real travelers.
They treated me like a rock star. Even the concierge knew me by name.
We could kayak right from our own private dock.
It felt like we had the whole island to ourselves.
I could almost reach out my window and touch the Eiffel Tower.
What an amazing vacation. We can't wait to go back.
Fantastic.
Millions of reviews of hotels, vacation rentals, and more. All from real people who've been where you want to go. TripAdvisor.com.
You've planned your trip for a long time. Wouldn't it be nice to know someone is helping you make it safe and relaxing? For more than 20 years, CSA Travel Protection has been making travel convenient with friendly, expert service, giving you security that your travel investment is safe, whatever happens, and the assistance you need from travel delays to emergency care. Before, during, and after your trip, we're CSA Travel Protection. Getting Away Together is devoted to people who reunite in celebration of friends and family. If you'd like to know more about this or any other episode, log on to gettingawaytogether.com. Learn more about each destination, how to get there, where to stay, and where to find the activities, homes, and people featured in the programs, plus streaming videos of every episode. That's gettingawaytogether.com.
This is Oceanside, California. Now, you might say, isn't every little town along the coast of California an oceanside community? Well, some are and some aren't. Located right between San Diego to the south and Los Angeles to the north, Oceanside sits right smack dab on 3.5 miles of beautiful Pacific beach. The name itself comes from the time when families further inland would talk about going oceanside to escape the summer heat. Get this, the average summer temperature here is around 70 degrees. So this perfect weather plus the gradual rolling beach makes it pretty much a surfer, boogie boarder, jet skier, kayaker, and sailor's heaven. And that's exactly what attracted the Hatch family to Oceanside. In fact, they've returned here for a second Hatch family reunion. Grandmother Nola Hatch was the inspiration.
So good to see you. Let me show you where your rooms are.
We're a large family. I'm from 10, but my husband and I have 6. And they married wonderful people. And we have 34 grandchildren, and we have 4 great-grandchildren. And we enjoy being together. Fortunately, we've been able to be together since they've been young. So they have a lot of history of knowing each other since they've been born. Real blessing.
All 46 of them have come to this huge vacation rental home right on the beach of Oceanside, California. An important thing to understand about this family is that even though many of them come from landlocked states, they are all freaky about water sports.
Great thing about this location is it's almost like a private beach in a way, because you feel like the only people using it are the people that are renting right here, these vacation rentals. So you feel as if you are really just your family on the beach.
The kids, they were just having the time of their life out there.
But the kids aren't the only ones crazy about being in the surf.
Carl loves marine life. In fact, he would rather be at the beach or in the water explaining the science part of all of the different animals, and he just loves it.
You got to be careful because they'll pinch you. But look at that. This is a line shore crab.
My mom is amazing. She's in her 70s. She's out boogie boarding with the grandkids.
She tried surfing. She didn't like it very much, so she sticks with boogie boarding now. So she's a very active grandmother. It's really good surfing here at Oceanside, and it's a really good smooth bottom there that we can have the kids learn how to surf.
My 2 kids came to me and said, "Dad, I want you to buy me a board and wetsuit now." They totally love surfing.
Within eyeshot of the beach in downtown Oceanside is a veritable shrine to surfing, the California Surf Museum.
It's a great
Within the museum, you can learn stuff like, what's the difference between a longboard, shortboard, single fin, or thruster? And that, yes, there really was a real Gidget.
I really enjoyed the Surf Museum because I have been surfing for close to 30 years. And so a lot of the different kind of surfboards from 30 years ago I recognized, and I used to surf on those kind of surfboards. And to see some of the movies of how people used to surf compared to now. When I first started surfing 30 years ago, it was kind of known as a beach bum, and my dad and I had kind of a deal. If I got good grades, kept my grades up, he would let me miss school and go surfing whenever the waves were up. So I was very motivated to get very good grades so I can go surfing whenever the waves were up.
With few exceptions, places aren't about bricks and mortar and trees or even beaches. They tend to be a lot more about people. Sure, you can go to a lot of places that have gorgeous views and a lot of fun things to do, but if they're not people places, they don't seem to draw you back. For nearly 200 years, this little beachside community of Oceanside has been welcoming people back to its shores to rest, cool off, and reinvent themselves. Just like the Hatch family, or for that matter, any family, Oceanside has been constantly rewriting its own story for decades. Even its mighty pier is the 6th one to rise from fire and storm. But the good news is that because they work hard at it, this family and this place is pretty much guaranteed not only to endure, but to thrive and mature. And this certainly won't be the last time we see this great big, larger-than-life family coming here and getting away together. You wouldn't think it would take much urging to get someone to go to one of these best beach vacations. But that's exactly what 4 Philadelphia teenagers had to do to get their moms to come here, to Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. These working mothers are all very good at their jobs. The matriarch, Mimi, is still working full-time at age 70. But their daughters think they're working too hard, so they got them to enter a travel contest put on by Hilton Head Island. And you guessed it, they won.
Oh, I think we're close. Oh my goodness.
We pulled up, and I'm telling you, pictures do not do this place justice. It was unbelievable.
Beyond our wildest imagination.
I thought we were going to trip each other, kill each other coming up the steps trying to get in here first.
We're dragging all our suitcases out. We just go running up inside, and the girls, I mean, they were probably 20 steps ahead of us already.
We came in and we were like rushing about, like, hey, who's getting what? The children were the most excited. And we were running to one end. I could hear the kids upstairs. I heard bouncing on beds. I heard screaming. I heard everything. Footsteps just tromping up and down the steps. It was.
Girls, you have to see this. Come here. You have to come here.
Some people call it mayhem. We called it like excitement. It was great. We went rushing right down the walkway and to the beach.
Everybody was screaming and we all hugged each other. It was amazing. And it was like, hey, we're here. Now is the time that the vacation starts and we are going to have the time of our life.
Hilton Head is a barrier island on the coast of South Carolina. It's about 20 miles north of Savannah, Georgia, and 95 miles south of Charleston. Hilton Head Island offers some 14 miles of open beach, most of it right on the Atlantic. The beaches slope very gradually, and the sand below the mid-tide line is usually hard-packed and great for a sunset bike ride.
When I think about the bicycling on the beach that we did, I know I have never done that before, and I think the majority of us had never done that before.
So I said, let's go, and we all went. We all had this combined effort. We're going to do this, and we're going to love it. And we went out. It was low tide. We were able to ride where the sand was nice and hard. The waves were just coming in to meet the sand, and we stayed on a straight line down, and we just kept going and going. It was almost like endless.
It really is like a private beach. You don't have to fight for a spot, put down your chair, your beach towel, and it was a lot of fun. I love those beach bikes.
Not only is Hilton Head Island famous for its miles of beaches, but it also boasts world-class golf tournaments and is equally known for tennis. A kind of interesting fact about Hilton Head Island is that of all the famous harbor villages of America, like Cape Cod or Mystic Seaport, probably more people can identify a picture of this one quicker than any other. In fact, it's pretty much become the trademark of Hilton Head itself.
Welcome to the lighthouse.
Wow, look at the parasailers.
Oh, where?
Right over there. Let's see if we can get to do that.
At the Harbor Town Marina, there are all kinds of amped up ocean adventures.
And when you come up, you're going to come up these steps. You're going to step underneath the chute.
These guys are from H2O Water Sports. They're all Coast Guard licensed, but you'd swear they're all frustrated carnival ride operators. They're just having way too much fun.
This is not dangerous, but it's absolutely the worst wedgie you've ever had in your life. We just leave that the way it is.
All right, girls, you're gonna hold on just below these metal clips, just like so.
When we went parasailing, my daughter, this was the first time that she'd ever went parasailing, so I was a little skeptical that she was actually going to go through with it. But she loves roller coasters, so she figured, what the heck, she's going to give it a shot.
Bend your knees. Bye, wave. Looking good.
For those kids to experience that at this age, it was worth it because I loved watching the expressions from them.
She loved it. My mother, who we all call Mimi, she always says to us, and you know, life has its ups and downs, and some are lower than others, but whenever we are going through things, she always ends up by saying,
think of it as jelly side up. When you put that jelly on the bread and it falls on the ground, you know, some people say, oh, it's always going to fall down on the ground with the jelly down. Not our family, it lands jelly side up.
We always end jelly side up. We all know that we're here for each other no matter what. We know that we've come through those tough times, and here we are, and made us the people that we are today.
At a time when people seem to be putting off all non-essential travel, researchers are telling us that women-only holidays are booming. And you know what? This could be a modern version of one of the oldest biological truths. Women tend to each other. These moms and daughters more than live up to their family responsibilities, but they also understand on a deep level that taking care of each other isn't selfish. It's about self-preservation. Maybe that's another reason they always land jelly side up, and why this won't be the last time we'll see them getting away together. Our next beach destination comes with a pop quiz. What do you think is the oldest beach in America, where explorers from Europe first landed? Plymouth? How about Jamestown? Well, you might be surprised to find it was right here in St. Augustine, Florida. The Spaniards landed here 55 years before Plymouth Rock. Today, it's still one of the most beautiful beaches in America. Its sparkling surf and miles of soft sand face due east out over the Atlantic. And it's been drawing these ladies back here for decades. They are 5 girls from Texas who've been friends since Girl Scout camp in the 70s. Back then, the camp counselors called them the mob. They never knew what trouble the girls would get into.
When I was a little girl.
One of the girls, Georgianne, wrote a letter to the others.
She said, you know, all of us really meant a lot to her, and she pointed out the fact that, well, we all felt that same way. We all had that same feeling. In 1998, we decided to get together again, and we got together here in St. Augustine for the first time.
That was 13 years ago, and the girls have been getting together ever since. They decided to come back to the place where they first reunited, the city of St. Augustine, Florida, the oldest city in the nation. It's less than an hour south of Jacksonville and less than 2 hours north of Orlando. It's a quaintly charming and sometimes quirky little town. The girls' vacation rental home is right on the beach that stretches 42 miles up and down the coastline. These are the beaches of Ponte Vedra, Villano, and St. Augustine, and they are so vast that you are virtually guaranteed to have most of it to yourself. The beaches are also known for buried treasure, not the pirate kind, but for petrified shark's teeth. Today, it's not at all uncommon for a visitor to find a shark's tooth that is millions of years old.
Are you having any luck?
No.
Hey, how are you? Fine.
While we were walking and looking for shark's teeth was like a moment of magic. Because I'd been looking for 20 years, and just to have that wonderful experience with this woman, Barbara, and her explaining everything to us.
They blend in. What we're standing in is coquina, which is Spanish for tiny shell. And it has kind of a mixture, muddled colors. So when you see, it kind of blends in. So I try to look for the black as much as I can.
Oh, you mean the top edge?
Yeah, look for the top. Just kind of look for the color because it blends in.
You mean like this?
She just found one.
No.
Oh
my God.
The fact that Georgianne reaches down and there's a shark's tooth, it was like, hey, this is so cool. But it really felt like that. You had that moment. Yes.
St. Augustine's beaches come with a benefit that brought back even more memories for these girls.
When we were young, one of our favorite things was canoeing. And we'd get out and we'd go on these extensive canoe trips. And that's something that we absolutely adored. Being on the river, cooking out on the campfires, getting lost, you know, acting up. We could do all that. And we didn't have our parents around us, of course. And so it was pure freedom.
Okay, ladies, how's everybody feeling?
There's something about being out on the water in that beautiful nature that's around here in Florida and St. Augustine. And it's going to take us back, I think, to the way it used to be in the canoes on the trips.
This area is as complex as its name, the Guanatolamato Matanzas Nature Preserve. It's more than 73,000 acres of natural wildness.
What it would have been the same, you know, when the Indians were here. That's what I like to imagine when I'm on the water.
Just a mile down the road from the Nature Center, you'll find Caps on the Water. If you're not a local, you'll easily miss it. But if you've watched the sunrise over the beach, this is the place to watch the sunset.
When people come into town, I always take them there. It's my favorite place for sunset. Great seafood. It's one of my favorites.
I think that we bring out the best in each other, and that's what keeps us connected. You know, we bring out each other's good qualities and fun, and, you know, we just have a blast with each other doing it.
We've been together 40 plus years. I love to say that to people. These are women that I met as Girl Scouts. And I know that life gets in the way, but in between all of that, we'll always get together, yes.
Everyone's in a different place in their life, you know. We have families, we have jobs, and it worked out that most of us could come here to Florida, St. Augustine. Our home is where we all love to hang out. We're going to have another adventure again, so we have one more brick on that wall of memories.
I think the mob is eternal. Whether we see each other or not, or whether we talk to each other on a monthly, daily, yearly basis, the feelings are always going to be there. We're a big support system for each other, and I think that's going to be there forever.
Sometimes people who go on a great beach vacation come from a place known for great beach vacations. Consider the case of these 4 very busy professional women from San Diego: Amy, Nicole, Rachel, and Michelle. They started out to create a network group of women in marketing and public relations, but what they soon found was that they had a lot more fun talking about life than work. So now they take 2 vacation trips a year together. But this one is different. They're about to discover that California hasn't cornered the market on great girlfriend getaways. These sophisticated ladies have come to Alabama, to Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. Not familiar with it? Neither were they. But starting with the serenity of sunrise yoga, then sinking their toes into sugar-soft sand, blazing across a back bay in their own private yacht, and cuddling up with critters you'd never imagine would be here, these girls are about to discover more than just a surprising new destination. They're going to learn a lot more than they ever expected about each other, and why this time might be the best time they were getting away together. It might be hard to believe, but most people don't even know Alabama has a beach. But a walk on 32 miles of sugar white sand will make you a believer. You'll find that in the little toe-shaped piece of Alabama that's stuffed down between Florida and Louisiana on the Gulf of Mexico. It's called Gulf Shores and Orange Beach.
We didn't know where it was. I mean, we know where Alabama is, but we didn't know about Gulf Shores.
2 weeks ago, we could not tell you where Gulf Shores, Alabama was on a map. And now, we're in love with it.
The beach is, first of all, beautiful. Now keep in mind, we're from Southern California and we live near the beach. We've been around beaches our whole life. This is by far the most beautiful beach I've ever been to. The sand here at the beach is like sugar. The sand in San Diego is very rocky and, a little bit more coarse, but the sand here is, I don't know, I feel like I'm in the Caribbean or something, and the water is so crystal clear. The sun just glistens off the water. I mean, it truly is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous beach.
We get to the condo, we don't know what to expect, but the first thing is you open the door, you kind of walk into the main entry, and you could see this incredible view out over the patio and out over the big windows.
Oh my God, the view was $1 million. I mean, we felt like we were in another country.
The great thing was there's 4 bedrooms, so each of us was able to sort of find our own, stake our own claim, and find what setup is going to work for us. Rachel picked the room with no windows because she's a big sleeper. She wanted her bedroom as dark as possible, so it worked out great in terms of picking the bedrooms. This will work.
We all came out into the balcony and heard the ocean, and we were just so excited to be there, and I felt very blessed.
The Gulf Shores and Orange Beach stretch 53 miles along the Gulf of Mexico, from virtually due east to due west. It's one of the few places where you can watch the sun rise and set on the same beach.
We had an opportunity to do sunrise yoga, and it sounded great the night before. I am not a morning person.
We're the 10 o'clock girls. We're not the 6 a.m. girls.
But at 5:45 when we got up in the morning, it didn't feel so good. But the second we stepped onto the beach and saw the sun just peeking up in the sand, the way that the colors were in the sky, it was something I've never seen before.
You don't get that in San Diego. We only face west, so we never see the sunrise over the water. That was one of my favorite things of the sunrise yoga.
Energy through the fingertips. Open it up into Warrior 2.
And it was cold, but once we got started and that sun started rising, and there we are, the 4 of us, all alone on the beach. We have our own private yoga instructor, and we're doing yoga. It was beautiful.
Lower the hands to the heart.
Just inland from the beaches, there's another huge body of water called the Intracoastal Waterway. Captain Adrian Barba has explored every nook and cranny. He calls it the untouched back bay of Orange Beach.
That's Bear Point over there.
This part of the area is called Wolf's Bay.
I think we really thought that it would just be a gentle cruising around, sort of looking at some things.
We've got all kinds of sailboats that come up here.
The most surprising thing about it was how fast we went.
Captain Adrian, man, he put the throttle to full.
It was straight out of Miami Vice. We had a great time.
Our hair was blowing in the wind, and we were screaming.
And that was a complete surprise for us.
All right, I'm dolphin looking right now, so you guys need to help me, all right?
All right.
During the cruise, we did see some dolphins at the end. We were cruising along.
Over there! Ah! Look! Yay! Oh!
We saw them jumping in the wake.
Oh my God! Did you see that?
It's what is called surfing the dolphins, is where you try to create the wake behind the boat and get the dolphins to jump behind you. That was so fun. We had a great time with Captain Adrian.
Hey girls, we're getting ready to take a picture.
Okay!
Say cheese.
Cheese! We like cheese.
I don't know that this is what I pictured in my head that Alabama would be, but it was so much more than I thought it was going to be. It was warm, it was welcoming, and everybody was just wonderful.
When it comes to getting away together at a great beach destination, fact is, there really isn't a bad choice. Of course, warm weather and sunny skies are best, but the season of the year offers more choices than you think. Experts tell us, for example, that one of the best times of the year for a girlfriend getaway is after Labor Day, when the summer rush is over. Whenever you can make it happen, a beachfront destination will probably always be #1 on the list of places people pick. Getting away together.
If you'd like to know more about the people, places, and activities featured in this or any other episode of Getting Away Together, log on to gettingawaytogether.com. That's gettingawaytogether.com. Getting Away Together was made possible by
TripAdvisor.com. 50 million reviews and opinions from real travelers.
They treated me like a rock star. Even the concierge knew me by name.
We could kayak right from our own private dock.
It felt like we had the whole island to ourselves.
I could almost reach out my window and touch the Eiffel Tower.
What an amazing vacation. We can't wait to go back.
Fantastic.
Millions of reviews of hotels, vacation rentals, and more. All from real people who've been where you want to go. TripAdvisor.com.
You've planned your trip for a long time. Wouldn't it be nice to know someone is helping you make it safe and relaxing? For more than 20 years, CSA Travel Protection has been making travel convenient with friendly, expert service, giving you security that your travel investment is safe, whatever happens, and the assistance you need from travel delays to emergency care. Before, during, and after your trip, we're CSA Travel Protection. Getting Away Together is devoted to people who reunite in celebration of friends and family. If you'd like to know more about this or any other episode, log on to gettingawaytogether.com. Learn more about each destination, how to get there, where to stay, and where to find the activities, homes, and people featured in the programs, plus streaming videos of every episode. That's gettingawaytogether.com.